This is the Eastern Business Report, where we look at the business ecosystem in the Eastern region and discuss topics affecting the region's economy. But first, let's take a look at some of the major business and development stories making headlines across the Southeast, beginning first from Anambra State, where the Anambra State government has sealed the popular Nkwo-Ogbe Market in Ihiala local government area of the state over traders' refusal to open shops on Monday because of the sit-at-home in the Southeast region. Confirming the development, reporters, the chairman of Ihiala Local Government Council, Nkwo-Ogbe said the market would remain closed for 1 week because the traders flouted the state government's directives. Mr. Ojiako explained that the shutting down of the market would send a warning signal to traders, saying that the government had done everything within its powers to end the Monday sit-at-home, which was illegally declared by the outlawed indigenous people of Biafra. According to him, the Nkwo-Ogbe Market is the only market that has blatantly refused to open for business activities on Monday. Recall that Governor Charles Soludo of Anambra has initially closed the Onitsha Main Market for 1 week in January for the same reason. The Anambra State government has claimed that the sit-at-home cost the state about 8 billion naira per week. Now from Abia State, the Abia State government has concluded plans to partner with African Development Bank on a $200 million agro-industrial project under Tranche 2 of the Special Agro-Industrial Processing Zones Program. Governor Alex Otti assured the bank of the state's readiness to co-finance critical infrastructure and meet all conditions required for inclusion in the second tranche of the SABZ initiative. Otti gave the assurance while receiving an AFDB pre-appraisal mission team led by Mr. Bernard Onizima at his country home in Mvosi, Ihiala South local government area. He pledged the state's commitment to providing counterpart funding and complementary infrastructure, including access roads and electricity, and expressed appreciation to the bank for considering Abia under Tranche 2 after the state missed out in Tranche 1. The governor, who noted that the delegation had already visited the proposed agro-industrial site in Akwa West, said additional sites were available should the full $200 million allocation be considered for the state. He also commended the AFDB for its support under the Abia State Integrated Infrastructure Development Project, and disclosed that the state had recently paid its counterpart funding to accelerate implementation. Otti further expressed optimism about strengthening ties with the bank and its partners, including the Islamic Development Bank, which is expected to co-finance the program. Still from Abia State, where the Abia State government has advised farmers to adopt climate-smart agricultural practices as the state is projected to experience above normal rainfall in 2026, which follows the seasonal climate prediction released by the Nigerian Meteorological Agency. According to NIMET's projection, Abia State is expected to experience above normal rainfall in 2026, with annual totaling ranging between 1,800 mm and 2,200 mm. In a 2026 climate outlook and farming advisor issued Tuesday morning, the State Commissioner for Agriculture, Dr. Clive Abweze, provided critical guidelines to farmers across the state to ensure a productive farming season. The rainy season is forecast to begin between late March and early April and end between late October and early November, lasting approximately 7 to 8 months, thereby supporting multiple cropping cycles. NIMET also predicted peak rainfall in June and September, increasing the risk of flooding, especially in low-lying areas, as farmers are advised to cultivate raised ridges, maintain proper drainage system, and avoid flood-prone lands for sensitive crops. With average temperatures expected to range between 26 degrees Celsius and 30 degrees Celsius and warmer conditions anticipated in the early months of the year. Dr. Abweze encourage farmers to adopt mulching, intercropping, and consult extension officers for pest and heat management strategies. Furthermore, farmers advised to plant early maturing and drought-tolerant crop varieties, practice staggered planting over 2 to 3 weeks, and avoid establishing sensitive crops during this period, while following the recommended planting periods in the state. Now from Akwa Ibom State. The Akwa Ibom State government has cleared inherited commercial bank debt amounting to 39.831 billion naira, covering both principal and interest as part of efforts to reform its financial management system. The Commissioner for Finance, Mr. M.M. Bob, who made this known during a media briefing in Uyo, the state capital, said the government also reduced the gratuity backlog owed to retired state workers from 110 billion naira inherited to 80 billion naira as of December 2025. According to him, the state increased its investment portfolio from 6 billion naira to 10 billion naira, recording returns of 260.646 million naira as of June 2025, adding that the state now prepares, present and publish its annual financial statement in line with internationally accepted standards on fiscal transparency. According to him, the annual public financial management assessment have been conducted alongside staff and pensioner verification exercises and the implementation of a Treasury single account system, where the verification process identified over 3,000 ghost workers, creating room for fresh employment. On procurement, the Commissioner said audits were carried out across ministries, departments and agencies to ensure value for money, while personnel were trained on sustainable procurement procedures. He further noted that the state publishes annual debt sustainability analysis reports and quarterly debt profiles to meet donor partnership eligibility criteria. Still from Akwa Ibom State, the Akwa Ibom State Governor, Pastor Umo Eno, has revealed that the state will take delivery of 2 brand new Airbus aircraft before the end of 2026, significantly strengthening the Ibom air fleet. This announcement came during the March edition of the Government House Monthly Covenant Service, highlighting the state's commitment to expanding aviation capabilities. The governor noted that these additions align with ongoing upgrades at Victor Atta International Airport, paving the way for international flights to commence in April 2026. Governor Eno further urged citizens to prioritize peace and active participation in the All Progressives Congress State Congress on March 3, 2026. Finally, from Edo State. The Edo State Governor, Senator Monday Okpebholo, has declared plans to bring in new investors into electricity distribution in Edo State as part of efforts to break the monopoly of the Benin Electricity Distribution Company. The development followed residents' growing complaint over blackout and billing practices by the DISCO. The governor made the declaration when he joined youths and residents protesting at the Ring Road in Benin City over persistent power outages, estimated billing, and the high cost of prepaid meters. Addressing the demonstrators, Okpebholo said the only sustainable solution to lingering electricity challenges was to open up the distribution space to more investors, similar to what operators in the telecommunications sectors do. He clarified that BEDC is privately owned and not directly controlled by the state government, but assured residents that his administration would take concrete steps to address their concerns through stakeholder engagement.